Flirting does not come easy to everyone. In fact, even my own history, I'm embarrassed to admit, I would do silly things that I thought would get someone's attention, and at the same time, I would avoid all eye contact because I was oddly shy. Meanwhile, like I think I'm flirting. Meanwhile, my body language is saying something else, and so you can have the best of intentions and still not be a very good flirt, and that's okay. But there is a difference between being a confident flirt or somebody who is authentic and in their own energy, or there's that creepy guy. And I don't mean to genderize that, but the video itself I'm making is about how not to be that guy, especially at like the sex club or in the swinger lifestyle, or even just on a normal vanilla mainstream dating or whatnot. There's certain behaviors that I've seen firsthand that are indicative of like that creepy vibe. Now, one of the first things that I would say that men make the mistake of doing when it can come off as creepy is leading with a sexualized energy. So before you get to know somebody and like have a chit chat, don't lead with your D energy, so to speak. Like give it a freaking moment, right? Give it a chance, give the person an opportunity to even get interested and attracted to you. And it isn't as instant for the people that you're talking to, right? So the whole point of this video is to not discourage you. If you suck at flirting like I did, like I do half the time, there's actually a way to get better at it. And so what you need to focus on is, do you want to feel comfortable when you're out there engaging with somebody? Do you want to feel like you have the confidence of going into an interaction and knowing that you're going to be able to be the same guy with the same temperament, even if she says no? And I think that's the point I'm trying to make, is if you go in there with an agenda, we usually know. If you're looking at our body, instead of like talking to us and engaging with our minds, we notice those things. So there's things like that that give off the creepy vibe. And we also, like as women, I don't think we want to feel like flirting is like a transaction where, oh, like for example, I had a guy come up to me in the club and he's like, nice earrings. And in my head, I was like, he just wants to have sex with me. Like I know it, he knows it. It felt like a transaction the way that he was giving me a compliment and whatnot. And that to me is like, it's a fair attempt, but it still came across as, he just is trying to get through the part of talking so that he can have my body. And energetically, that isn't always the best sell, right? Another thing is I've noticed that sometimes a guy will have like an internal script. So he thinks that he's going to start off with a joke and then come across and say this or put his arm around her or whatever. And instead of actually picking up the cues of the person you're flirting with and going with the flow there, you just know, you're popping out what your next move is regardless. And if somebody is giving you like signs that they're not as comfortable or like they're not really up for what you're, ultimately hoping for, well, don't just ask them anyways, right? Like adjust. So it's just one of those things where if you make it feel like a human interaction, a conversation, people are more interested in getting to know who you are than feeling like they're in it for the transactional reason of being available to you that way. So don't fret, you can get better at this. And that's why I am happy to have the Wing Girl Method as a sponsor of today's video. Founded by renowned dating expert Marnie, your personal wing girl, whose channel has grown to over 1.4 million subscribers, as well as being featured on MTV, Dr. Drew, Ask Men, and Penthouse. Her goal is to help improve the dating lives of men. Marnie has helped thousands of men transform their dating lives with her science-backed flirting method, the F formula. This proven system helps you actually attract the women you want and build your confidence. And because the Wing Girl Method is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an unbeatable deal. Just click the first link in the description now, grab your exclusive preview of the F formula completely free. Plus, if you decide to get the full program, you'll actually get an extra 20% off. If you are tired at failing at flirting and being stuck on the sidelines, stop wasting time. Take control of your dating life. Just click the link below and get access right away. So if I could sum up, the creepy flirting vibe is usually from like not reading the room. It's a bit of ignorance. And I think like confident flirting comes with structure and calibration, reading the room, adjusting your energy to somebody else's. You don't want to be the creepy guy. You don't want to be the guy that stands too close to somebody, especially at a club. Even though we're in like a sexual like place or a swinger club, we remember the people who stand too close. Okay, so there was a guy recently at one of the clubs I was at, and he came up behind me so close that I thought he was my date because I didn't turn around. And I almost reached my arm back around to like grab his ass because I thought he was grinding up on me. And then when I realized it was some strange guy, I had the creepiest vibe. And my friends saw this, they had a creepy vibe. So that's a way to be creepy. Stand too close to somebody, even if it's at a sexualized club. And this is the part where I actually wanted to make this video and introduce you to Marnie is I don't think the people who are creepy mean to be creepy. I think they're just not necessarily playing the room right. And that's why I wanted to give this opportunity to people to learn that there is a way to be, not that guy, not the creepy guy. There is a way to, be subtle but interesting, playful, and know how to like, make enough eye contact to be comfortable, but not enough that it feels like dominating, things like that. So please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. And if you have any good flirting tips, please leave a comment below and pass your knowledge, pass it on, pay it forward, help us out.